This is Zach Handler.
And Russell Daniels with Open Primaries.
And this is Let 'em Know. The news out of Montana is that state Senate Republicans decided not to proceed with a referendum drafted by Senator Fred Thomas, which would have created the top two primary system for certain offices.
It's unfortunate that Montana will not be taking this step forward for 2016.
And it's even more unfortunate that Montana may be taking a big step backwards.
On in the Montana State House wants to change the way that you vote in the primaries.
Matthew Monforton wants to get rid of what's called open primaries, making it so voters cannot cross party lines. He filed a lawsuit today on behalf of Ravalli County Republicans. It asks a federal judge to strike down as unconstitutional Montana's open primaries that allow any registered voter to participate in any party's primary. If he wins in 2016, voters would only cast ballot for the party that they belong to in the primary.
The suit seeks to deem the Montana law that allows voters to participate in any party primary as unconstitutional.
This involves the party's First Amendment right to choose its own leaders and choose its own nominees.
Right now, it's a scary time for the parties. With more Americans than ever identifying as independent, their answer is to shut out those that don't want to fall in line with them. Voters aren't as eager to drink the political party's Kool-Aid as they used to be, and now it's the only way for parties to maintain their control. Their argument is that open primaries are unconstitutional because the parties are private organizations, and therefore they have the right to choose their own nominees.
But what they usually leave out is that the parties are not paying for the primaries. Taxpayers like us are paying for these primaries. Currently, we have a system where millions of Americans are paying for primaries they can't participate in. That's crazy, and something that's glossed over all the time.
Another interesting aspect about the Montana situation is that there is some very bitter disagreement within the GOP over this litigation. A Republican from Great Falls, Representative Steve Fitzpatrick, introduced House Bill 454, which would revise the process by which political parties select representatives in Montana. And I quote, "Help protect Montana's system of open primaries where all voters can vote without having to declare a political party preference."
One Republican, George Paul, who is chairman of the Cascade County Republicans, has even gone so far as to have Fitzpatrick censured for, quote, exhibiting behaviors unbecoming of an elected official, just because Fitzpatrick disagrees with the party's stance on open primaries. That's where we're at these days. Falling out of line in any way from the party can get you censured by your own party.
We can't allow this pattern to continue. If you're a resident of Montana, please contact your representative and let them know you are outraged by this lawsuit to close your state's primary. Furthermore, let them know you support the top two open primary system. Check out the link to find your legislators below.
Reach out to Representative Steve Fitzpatrick and thank him for going outside party politics to maintain Montana's open primary. Also, reach out to the Cascade County Republican Central Committee on Facebook to Chairman George Paul and let him know of your disappointment with his position. Closing the primaries would be a dangerous act of voter suppression for Montana. And censuring other members of your party because you don't like what they're saying is not a healthy, helpful way to move this country forward.
We can't roll back the clock on democracy and voting rights. Montana has always had an open primary. Why close it now?
Let's keep things open, positive, and healthy. There's no future in a closed, exclusionary democracy.
Don't forget to like open primaries on Facebook and share this with family and friends. We'll see you next time, and don't forget to let them know.